Okay, so I'm recording right now. And what I want to do is just go over basics today of, Excel. Now, if you go out onto week one, you'll see that there's a title that says Excel cheat sheet. And what I do is everything that I'm going to talk about today is on that sheet. Okay, so you can actually go out and print that off and then look at that. I'm just going to do the basics today. Over the weekend, I'm going to do another video that has a little bit more complicated stuff in it. But I just really feel like, you know, I've got to ease into this with you guys, because if you don't have a background in Excel, it's everything is new. Okay. So right now you can see, if I were to ask you, where is the cell right now? If I
Is
click,
this actually a book, Professor, that I have to get for Excel?
well, that's a great book, but you don't have to, because what you need for Excel, well, actually, that one will help you, okay? Because the book that comes with the course only does the first 4 chapters. That book does all 12, okay? Do you know what I mean? So that's a good book to have, actually. I
I
have that book.
actually have all the books that you had wanted me to order. I have the Word book like that for 2016. I have the PowerPoint, and I
I
have
mean, those are all great books, but you don't, if you can't afford it, I would return them with the
yeah,
exception of the Excel.
and I have the Accessor in the Word too.
Okay.
Like the Word,
You
I
and
have
I,
all
you
of
and I
them.
can talk about that tomorrow when we meet. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So here we are. We're in this sheet right now, and I can tell that I'm in column K.
I think you need to screen share
Oh,
Excel.
oh, it stopped sharing.
Right now you were screen sharing Play-Doh.
Oh, all right. Okay. So let me just look here. Share screen. It's saying stop recording, so it must be recording. Now, can you see it?
No, I don't think so.
No, huh? All right, let me come back out and go all back in. This does happen from time to time. This is why I don't Zoom from home. I Zoom from my office, because home it's even worse. All right, so let me do that. Share.
There we go.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm in, here I am in column K, right? And if I look over here, there's 15. So I click on that, and I can kind of tell by just eyeballing that I'm in K15, right? But what if I'm over here? What if I'm up here? What if I'm over there? It's, it's much harder to do. If you look over here, way up on the left-hand side here, there's R32, okay? R32, okay? So if I was way down in the middle of a spreadsheet, like way down here, I have no idea. I know I'm in R because it's highlighted up above. And, 199 is highlighted over there, but it's still hard. So, and the other thing is I could actually type in here where I want to go. So if I said I want to go to S4 and then hit enter, it's going to bring me up to S4. Okay, so that's a first really major thing to get about Excel. Okay, and there's going to be a lot I'm going to do today. And you're going to be able to go back and look at this video again. And other people who are tuning in for the first time will be, doing the same. So the first thing I want to talk about is up here. This is called the ribbon. So you hear me refer to the ribbon, okay? And the ribbon is broken up into groups. Okay, so the first group is clipboard, which does cut, copy, and paste, okay? And then it does also format painter, which we'll be doing in the first or second Excel project. Here's font, and font is just like the same font you see in Word, bold, italicize, underline, putting in a border, changing, like if I want to change all of these here from 11 to 12, you know, I just do that, and now they're all a little bit bigger. If I wanted to highlight this up here, I just click into the fill, and now they're pretty gray, okay? The next one is alignment, and say I wanted to put these things, names, labels, that is what they're called, in the middle of the page, in the middle of the cell. I just highlight them, and up here you see I've got upper, middle, and lower, okay? So I want to put these in middle, and so now they're all aligned in the middle, okay? I can also do the same thing about this with just highlighting everything in the cell and putting them all to the left or all to the right or in the middle, okay? If I wanted to merge all these up above to put in a title, I select all the cells that I want to merge, and I come over here and I say merge and center, and then I can type in Excel cheat sheet, okay? And then I can highlight that. And I can bold it. And I can even change the color of it, okay? Here under number is a biggie, okay? And we're gonna be going over this a lot, so don't worry about getting everything today, okay? So if you come here into number and you see this right here, this is what's called the launch button, this tiny little arrow there. If I click on that, it opens up a dialog box. And in that dialog box, it's got number, alignment, font, putting in a border, putting in a fill. And then if I didn't want anyone ever to change what's inside of the cell, you could click on protection. And you could say, and you could keep it locked, or you could hide the cell. Maybe, you know, maybe it's a total of something that you don't want everyone to see. So you can actually hide that cell as well. All right, don't do that and don't lock it, because you might not be able to unlock it afterwards, okay? But anyway, so there's that. So I'm gonna cancel that. But then if, like, I came in here and I wanted to change, this is percentage, it says up top, but say I wanted to change percentage to some other format, like maybe currency. So I can click on that, and now that 56% is now 56 cents, okay? If I wanted to change it to accounting format, I come in and I just say accounting, and it's still 56 cents, but for accounting, they put the dollar sign way over to the left, as opposed to currency, okay, where they put it all together in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna just come down here and return this back to percentage, because I want to do something later on with that. Okay, so here we've got add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Okay, you find all of these over here under auto sum. Okay, there's you can see where it says sum, and then average, count numbers, maximum, minimum, and more functions, okay? Now let me try to explain this to you. So if I come in here, there's a total here, and it says 4, right? If I come up here and I say equals, all right, in order to get 4, I'm gonna type in my first formula, okay? And it's like an equal sign, always sum, always open parentheses, and then I'm going to put what it is that I want to add, 2 plus 2. And then I'm going to close that off, okay? And then I can either hit enter or click on this checkbox. And everybody knows that 2 plus 2 equals 4, okay? The one below that, it says equals sum 4 plus 2 equals 6. The one below that equals sum. 6 plus 2 equals 8. Okay? So, so that's, you know, I could put anything in here. If I wanted to make this 600 plus 200, and then I can go outside the parentheses and hit enter. There's your 800. Okay? I'm not going to do that though, because I'm going to bring this back, and I can just go in and change that so that it's back to 8. Now here's subtract. Now here's it's very counterintuitive if you think about it, but it makes sense. If I go into this particular formula, if we look up here, equals sum again, but we're subtracting. So we're just saying 8 minus 4 equals 4, okay? 10 minus 4 equals 6. The sum of 12 minus 4 equals 8, okay? So that's, and I have up here what we call the proponent of the formula, okay? So this is plus, this is minus. If you want to multiply a number, you use the asterisk, which is above the 8 key, okay? And if I come in here to 4, I'm still saying equals sum, okay? But this time I'm multiplying, so I'm using a different part of you know, I don't even know, I guess lettering or symbolism. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 times 4 equals 8. And of course, you figured it out. For 4, I've got equals sum again, but this time I'm using the forward slash to signify division. So equals sum 8 minus 2 is 4. Equals sum 12 minus 2 is 6. Equals sum 16 minus 2 is 8. Okay? And that's just sort of the beginning, the basics of doing a formulary. Okay, now I'm over here now under name, and I've got a whole bunch of different people here, but they're not in alphabetical order. So I want them to be. I want them to be in alphabetical order. So what I can do is I can come over here, and I can come down, and I can select everything that I want to be in alphabetical order, okay? And I can right-click here, okay? And I can say sort, and I can say sort A to Z. Excel has an awful lot of amazing things to help you with just a right-click. Okay, so if you're in some place and you want to do something, always shoot for the right-click first to see what kind of menu comes up. And if you can't find, you know, what you're looking for, then there are other ways to find it. The most amazing thing lately about Excel is that this tell me what you want to do is really very, very good. You can put anything up there and it'll bring you right to what you really need to do. So anyways, I do want to do this sort. And so I want to say sort from A to Z. So I just click on that. It says, do you want to expand it? And so I say yes. Okay. Oh, I did this incorrectly. Hold on. Okay. Now I'm going to right click, sort A to Z, continue with the current selection. I shouldn't have said expand it. And now you can see A, B, C, D, D, G, J, J. So all of that. Now that, you know, that's probably not a big deal, okay, when you think about it. But what if that were 1,000 names? Okay, that would be a big deal. Okay, you wanna, you know, there's no way that you're gonna try to figure out how to alphabetize 1,000 names, so you wanna learn how to do that, okay? By the way, I'm way down the page right now. In order to get back up to the top, I put my finger on the control key and hit home, and it brings me all the way to the top. It'll bring me to A1. Okay. So here I have number, and I'm gonna just highlight this and put these guys, I'm gonna come down to here and put these guys in the middle so that it looks a little bit better. Okay. Now, say I had to do a big, long number. Okay. And I didn't want to have to sit here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight what I have. And at the very last one, there's a little box there. I'm going to put my crosshairs on that, click down and pull. And what it will do is it will number everything for me. I went down to 32, okay? And I could keep going. I could go to 1,032 if I had to, okay? Same thing with dates. Say I'm working on some type of spreadsheet where each row is a different date. If I put my finger on the shift key and I come down to the last one there and I pull that little box all the way down to 32, I now have from February 11th all the way to March 14th. What I want you to do, everybody that's watching this, is I'm going to send this sheet up onto Play-Doh, and I want you to play with all these things so that you feel comfortable. Because when I go to do projects with you online, if you come to one of my Zoom meetings and you want to, do a project, I can do like 2 projects per week. You want to be able to keep up with me. And so if you learn how to do all this stuff, it's not going to be a big deal, okay? So you have to go back and look at all this stuff after I finish. All right, see this right here? Now look at that. If I click into that cell, it looks horrible, right? And over here, there is a number in there. It's like $12 billion or $1 trillion, actually. But I can't see it over here. And the reason is because it can't fit. So whenever you see this sign here with the number sign, then you're going to come over here between the L and the M or wherever it happens to be, and you're going to double click that 2-headed arrow, and it will open up that cell, okay? Now, there's another way to do this. If you can't remember how to do it that way, you can come over here to Format, and you can say Auto Fit Column Width, and it will do the same thing, okay? If I made this a little bit bigger, it's not going to fit again. So if I click on that and I come up here between the two and I go boom, now it's fitting, okay? This under styles, we're going to be doing a lot with conditional formatting and formatting tables. So I'm not really going to go over that today, but you can go in under styles, and if you like had something that you wanted to highlight, these are the styles that comes with. For example, that number there, if I wanted to do, like an orange accent on it, I could do that, okay? This is bad, this is good, okay? Okay, I'm gonna end today with basically just doing a summation. So let's just pretend that I've got all these sales figures here. Well, the first thing I want to do with these is to make them into accounting format. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to click on accounting so that it has a better look. And if I wanted to, I could actually make this just a little bit bigger. All you got to do is just, you pull the line that's between the columns up here, and you can have it be as big or as small as you want. I always say make things pretty for your client. So the first thing we want to know is how much money do we have here? So I'm going to go into this total, and and that's where I want the amount to show up. So I'm going to come up here to auto sum, and all I have to do is just click on sum. And Excel is so smart that it knows I just want to add those things up above. Okay, so then all I have to do, is hit enter, and it's telling me that there's $102,056 there. okay? Let's say that this was just like a small grocery chain, and it was their like monthly GDP, okay? The next thing is I might want to know, well, what's the average for all the stores together? Okay, so again, I come up here and I click on average. Now, it's doing something wrong here. Can you guys tell what it's doing wrong?
Is it doing the same thing over again?
Yep. So you've got to see where it's including that 102 into the average, and you don't want to do that. So there's a couple of different ways to fix it. You can go into, it says to P23, and you can use your back button and say you want to do P4, and then you always want to put in a colon. Colon means to, from and to. And then you want to go to P22, not P23. And then you just hit enter. And now we know that the average is $5,371.37. Okay. Now I might want to know, well, how many stores do I have? I mean, I could look at this and figure it out if I wanted to, but why bother if Excel is going to tell me? So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do count. And it's got the same problem, but this time what I'm going to do is just come in here and change this P24 to P22, and then I'm going to just hit backspace and then hit enter, and it's telling me I have 19 stores. Okay, or 19 amounts up above. Okay, now you can see that would be really helpful. Again, if you have like 899 stores, you don't want to sit here and count them. You just want them to tell you. Say I want to know what's the biggest amount in this list. Now we can kind of look at that and figure out it's 45,000. But what if it's a really big and long list? So we're going to go down to max. We're going to come up here again. We're going to click on max. Same problem. Now, you could also move this up to here if you wanted to, but I kind of just like, you know, just to give you experience doing it, doing the P4 to P22, hit enter, and we know now that 45,667 is the maximum amount in that list. We might want to know what the minimum amount is. And I guess we could look at this and say it's 67. But that, you know, again, if we're a big, long list, we don't want to do that. We want to make life easy for ourselves. And that's what Excel does. So we're going to say men. We're going to come back over here. I'm going to change that 26 to 22. I'm going to go just one forward and one back. Hit enter, and there's the 67. Okay. Now, say we wanted to do a median or you know, some other type of equation. When you go into AutoSum up here and you click on this, you can see more functions. And if you come over here, you can type in anything that you would like to do. As you are using Excel, your Excel gets smart and begins to put all the different things that you do into most recently used. Okay, so if you were doing like a today function, for example, let me show you a today function. So we're just going to say, for now, we're just going to kill it. Say we wanted to put in today's date, and so I'm just going to say today's date, and then I'm going to put in a colon. And I want that to be closer, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to right click so it's like right on top of it. And this is where I want to put in today's date, right here. So all I have to do is say equals today, and then open parentheses, close parentheses, and hit enter. And that will put in today's date. So if I open this spreadsheet tomorrow, it's going to say 2/12/2021. Okay, and that I just basically, I mean, I could have done that. You can do that. You can see that you can do these things one of two ways. You could come in here And hold on, I could have come in here and said, okay, more functions today. Okay, okay. And it would do it that way. I personally, I've been doing Excel since 1985. Okay, so that's how old I am. And I do everything by typing it in. So, but I have to remember that there's an easy way and a hard way. And I kind of do things the hard way because that's what I'm used to. But I also show you how to do it both ways. Okay. I feel that typing a formula in myself, I know that it's going to be right. And I also just feel like I have more control over it. So I'd rather go in there and say equals today. And then I have to, and then that. But that does require me to remember all the formulas. Do you know what I mean? So it's 6 of one, a half a dozen of the other. I think that's all I want to do today. I think that's enough. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I have questions. I have a tutor.
Uh-huh.
I would like to share with you on the screen who my tutor is because I would like for you to guide me in the right direction. I have Outlook. I actually have an Apple Mac ProBook laptop, and I just wanted to show you who my tutor is for your course.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask Dean if he has any questions. Oh, maybe he's gone. Oh, that's right. He said he had to leave early. So that's fine. So you can share whatever you want with me.
Okay, I'll share it right now.
Okay. In order for you to share with me, I have to make you the host. Okay. So let me do that. Let me come over here. Stop sharing or stop